My people, welcome back to Gist with D, your favorite gist coach. And if you are new here, pull up a chair right now because we are talking about a cinematic blueprint. We are going back to the movie that truly solidified Bimbo Ademoye as the reigning queen of direct-to-consumer YouTube, Unexpected Places. Look, when this movie dropped on Bimbo Ademoye TV, it wasn't just a regular upload, it was a cultural moment. Millions of viewers, thousands of crying emoji in the comment section, an absolute frenzy online. Why? Because it took the legendary on-screen partnership of Bimbo and Timini Egbuson and threw them into a story that completely tore up the traditional romantic comedy rulebook. You see, a lot of people think a YouTube movie is just quick, low-budget entertainment, but Unexpected Places prove that you can create pure cinematic gold right there on your phone screen. Today we are breaking down the absolute masterpiece of a plot, the rich boy versus humble girl dynamic, the incredible character growth, and that heartbreaking ending that left all of us in tears. If you haven't watched it, or if you just want to relieve the emotional damage with me, stay right here, don't move a muscle because we are diving deep into the gist. So let's look at the setup. Timini plays Chris, who is the quiet, essential, spoiled, arrogant, only child of an incredibly wealthy man. Chris is living life in the fast lane, flirting with multiple women, prioritizing a girlfriend's birthday party over his father's critical corporate board meeting, and basically treating his family wealth like a personal playground. He's rude, he's irresponsible, and honestly, at the start of the movie, you just want to shake him. But his father, Mr. Madueke, finally says, enough is enough. He cut off Chris' allowance and forced him to actually work at the company's head office to earn him a single dime. Chris is furious, throwing tantrums and acting like he's being tortured, and this is where the title Unexpected Places begins to make sense. Enter Prosper, played brilliantly by Bimbo Ademoye. Prosper is the daughter of the family housekeeper. When her mother has to undergo major surgery, Prosper steps in to manage the household. Now, you already know what happens when an arrogant, broke rich boy meets a fiercely independent, grounded, no-nonsense girl. Total fireworks. The initial interaction are pure comedy. One of Chris' random girlfriend actually steals his phone and money while he's asleep. Prosper is the one who catches the thief, but instead of thanking her, Chris' fragile ego makes him scold and insult her. But Prosper does not take nonsense. She stands her ground, sets her boundaries, and forces Chris to look at his own reflection. It's a classic enemy to lover trope, but executed with so much heart. At this time, something beautiful happens. Chris starts to change through Prosper's influence. He learns what real responsibility looks like. He starts to appreciate the little things, drop his arrogant shade, and actually falls deeply, genuinely in love with her, Prosper. Even his strict disciplinarian father is shocked and warmly welcomes Prosper into the family because she accomplished what no board meeting ever could. She made Chris a better man. The chemistry between them in this middle segment of the film is pure magic. It's gentle, it's supportive, it's full of those soft, unscripted looking smiles that make Bimbo and Timini the absolute best duo in the business. But just when you think you're watching a happily ever after fairy tale, Bimbo the producer decided to completely break our hearts. Tragedy strike. Chris suddenly falls seriously ill and the diagnosis is devastated: liver inflammation, which is liver cancer. Suddenly, the movie shifts from a light-hearted romantic drama to an intense raw fight to survival and a showcase of unconditional love. Prosper doesn't run away. She stands by him through the hospital visits, the pain, and the terrifying reality of the illness. This is where the emotional heavy lifting happens. Bimbo's acting in this hospital scene, absolutely flawless. The raw vulnerability, the fear of losing the person who just learned how to love properly, it cut so deep. Let's head into the critic corner because we have to talk about why this movie stands out so much. Unexpected Places is a roller coaster of emotions with a notoriously unhappy ending. Chris doesn't get a miracle cure. He doesn't survive. He doesn't undergo this beautiful transformation from a reckless boy to a kind-hearted soul. But he doesn't live long enough to fully enjoy the new life he built with Prosper. Now, some viewers were furious about this. People were screaming in the comment section, "Why did you kill him off? We wanted a happy ending." But creatively, it was a masterclass. It poignantly reminds us that life doesn't always unfold according to our next desire or ideal of fairness. The film beautifully touches on so many layers of love: the romantic love between Chris and Prosper, the tough disciplinary love between Mr. Madueke and his son, and the sacrificial love between Prosper and her mother. The cinematography by great Val Edochie was commended. The camera angles, the tight lighting in the emotional hospital rooms, everything works together to elevate the script. If there is any critic, is that the transition into the medical crisis happens quite rapidly, which gives the audience a massive shock. But honestly, sudden shock mirrors how real-life tragedies actually feel. So, what's the ultimate verdict on Unexpected Places? It is an undisputed 9 out of 10 in Nollywood space. It is the movie that proved Bimbo Ademoye isn't just an actress who can make us laugh, but a visionary filmmaker who knows how to structure an unforgettable story that keeps her viewers glued to the screen for over an hour and a half. But now, I need to pass this mic over to you, my people. You watched Unexpected Places. Did you cry as hard as I did? Were you angry at the ending? Or did you appreciate how real and raw the story kept it? And where does this rank for you in the entire history of Bimbo and Timini collaboration? Drop your thoughts, your emotional rants, and your favorite emoji in the comment section below. Let's get a massive conversation going. Don't forget to smash that like button. Share this review with everyone who loves a proper deep Nollywood drama, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on the freshest gist. Until next time, keep watching, keep feeling, stop crying, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye bye.